Welcome back. This is part 2 of Aquarium Hacks by Marcus. So, I'm not going to try to make this video too long, but it's going to be a little bit longer because I'm just showing you some things that I'm doing to fix up an old aquarium that you found on the side of the road. Like I found this one here. This little 5-gallon. So just real quick, the 5-gallon tank, I have put on the black background. I just simply taped on some fabric background onto it. I don't particularly paint backgrounds too much anymore. I'm trying to do something different with them. It's not a bad idea to paint a background black, but this is just so quick and so simple. And if you ever want to change your backgrounds, all you got to do is tear it off and put another kind of background on without scraping it off with a scraper. So, just try different things in the hobby and see what you really like to do. But that's the black background that's on this awesome little 5-gallon tank. Now, I will stop the camera just for a little while so I can show you how I'm going to set up this filtration system. So we're going to stop the camera just for a second, and then we'll be right. So bam, just like that, we're right back. And so I'm going to show you really quick what I'm going to do with this filter. So you remember from the last video, on part 1, I showed you, talked about this filter. I could not find an AC adapter that would work with this pump. And so I'm just using stuff from in the house, and none of my AC adapters will work with. They would fit inside here, but they would not work with this pump. This is an Aqua 1 pump. So that's something that, if you got one of these, that's something that you might want to think about. Could not find another pump that I had laying around that would actually fit in here. So I had to improvise and figure out what in the world I was going to do with this thing. So what I did was just simply take out the impeller. There's no impeller in there because I've already taken the impeller out. And I've had to replace this right here. So I've had to find me a pipe that would work with this, that would cover over this. So I found me a pipe that I had laying around. Let me show you here. A pipe like this that was laying around. And so it was a canister filter pipe, output pipe. And so it already had some holes in it. And I drilled some more holes in it. Probably was a bad idea because really I want the air to be coming from the bottom up. But anyway, I did do that. And I'm going to hook an air pump onto it. So I drilled a hole big enough in here. And as you can see inside here, hopefully, I have put an air stone inside of there. So this is what I'm going to do. Simply have the filter here, hook up the air pump and the filter, and connect them just like that. Okay, and that's going to go. This is no good anymore, so it's just going to hang on the outside of the tank. And take this little thing here off and put that inside there just like this. And there you have that. Now that's going to actually, well, let's see, make sure that your pipe is not long, not too short, not too long, so it can fit down in there. So I just probably have to push this up a little bit more to make that work. There we go. And then screw it to quartz. Well, let's see. Oh, I said it wasn't going to be a long video, but if I keep messing up, it's going to be a longer video. Okay, so that has to go on this side so that it can go in there. So anyway, it goes on that side just like this. Goes inside there. And you have your pump and that. Okay. Now this little thing here is pretty cool because you can also put a small heater inside of it. A very small heater because you don't have very much room for hardly any heater or anything in there. But this is a little 10-watt safety shutoff heater from Aqua 1. And supposedly heats up to 5 gallons. With this little heater, you better make sure that your room is moderately warm, at least about 72, 74 degrees, especially if you're keeping warm water fish. And this heater will help out in keeping your temperature from getting too cold. So it will definitely help. But it slides right down in this little spot right here just perfectly well. Found that out. And then, of course, you have room over here on this side. Now, on this side was a little piece like this that was on there, which, fit, of course, the little cheap pads that go in there with the carbon But which that's good to have at the beginning. But then after you use those cheap pads up with the carbon, toss those cheap pads away. And I'm going to use, guess what? Pot scrubbies inside of it. Took that little piece out so I can put pot scrubbies inside of it. 1, 2, and 3. 3 pot scrubbies. Perfect. That's going to provide mechanical and eventually biological filtration. So what's going to happen? The filter is going to, with this pump right here, double pump. Get you a powerful pump, you know, pretty powerful pump. But anyway, air pump. But it's going to pump water through here, rise up or go in there, heat it up through the heater, and then pass out here through the tank. And so that's how that basically is going to work. So let's put this to the test and see if this is going to work the way that we want to with this pump hooked up to it. So I'll be right back. And just like that, I'm back. So here it is all hooked up. I don't got, you know, I just put the pump in the air stone inside the tank, but I just wanted to show you how well this thing is working. So yeah, you can do that, but my suggestions, let me show you there. See, good aeration, and you know how that's going to flow once it gets right up there to the very brim of that filter pump. But yeah, it's running by an air pump, and that's pumping out water throughout there very efficiently. But my thing is, when you put your bottom pipe on one of these pumps, see, like that one's got the holes in it, so I had to pull the air stone closer up to the top, because what will happen with an air stone is that it will blow water through those holes, and not all your water will be coming up from the bottom up, you know, because it'll obviously push air out through these holes. So you want to get you really a solid hose and get you a shorter bottom, and that way the air flows from the bottom up, kind of like this pipe right here. See, it's got those holes, so it'll blow out. But if it's solid and if it's cut off shorter from the bottom, the air has no choice but to go up from the bottom all the way up to the top, and then, you know, out of this filter. But this one isn't working particularly that bad, and this is a great pump for slow moving fish like bettas that really appreciate common water, or shrimp or something like that. And so that's what particularly this tank is made for anyway, with a slower flow. And so yeah, I just want to show you guys how that's going to be working. So anyway, part 3 will be coming up soon, and on that part 3 I will finally show you the finished product of getting a fish tank off the streets. Well, anyway, until next time, hey guys, hopefully these videos help out with some hacks, and keep on hacking.